Are we going to be the guy
now
who
I'm a
support
company.
this?
Now
Yeah.
I'm a company. I see my labor go bust.
Yeah.
Nah. Stupid. Oh, you want me to have that piece of code supported? Okay, I need to go into that. It will cost you, say, 1 million to have my developers look into the code, because I'm not going to support something that is a black box to me.
Yeah, sure.
So
if you're not familiar with that code, you'll have to learn it.
yeah.
Right.
So you have a discontinuity as a customer, as a government. You don't want discontinuity.
Right.
So what you need is at least 2 companies, or at least a community consisting of more entities that support that piece of software.
So basically what you're proposing is a sort of registry which says, okay, government, list of technologies, list of standards, list of companies, and if one technology or standard is covered by more than 2 companies, then it's okay.
Okay, if you want.
And here's are the phone numbers.
No, you're not building a community that way.
It is a sort of checklist that you make, but you don't build. No, you don't incorporate the buy-in, the real buy-in. If you open source something, whether it's to 1, 2, or 3 companies, you're not, how do you call it, building a sustainable environment. What you just said. You need a basis which is broader, wider, deeper than just a company or 2 companies. Those companies.
Yeah, but if it's a good technology, this will grow.
Sorry?
If it's a good technology, this will grow. For example.
Okay, SourceForge is rampantly full.
Yeah.
With great code probably, and you cannot find a bloody thing. It is what I would call, it is burdened by its own success.
Compare it to Android. Say, for example, Google decides that they stop selling computer devices and they focus on services. And they say it nowadays, and tomorrow they completely stop supporting Android.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that the next week there is another company completely ready, completely all the developers ready to completely support everything?
Of course, because the developers
Android,
will.
yes, but that's a bad example.
For Android,
yes.
actually, that's not the case. The phone developers are scared of Google's control over it. There is a reason why
but
Samsung and the likes are trying to buy WebOS.
Yeah, but the point is, it has to be the next day. You can't say, as a big company selling big devices, you can't say just wait a year. We will our developers learn the code, and the whole point is also that the fact that it runs on the Linux kernel is very nice. But the interesting part is in the Java virtual machine on top of it. That is the interesting part. And if you don't have, if all the developers who are now developing it, which are all Google developers, well, and if they nowadays say, we stop with it, there is a problem, because it is thrown over the fence, open source. And that is, as far as I can understand, the story of Marc. You want to sustain it every day, not stop it now and next year you do it over. It's the same with Solaris. It's why Solaris is now in big trouble, because it is open sourced, but in the meantime all the companies are stepping over to other products.
Yeah, well, I think it's a good idea, but I don't really see how you're going to achieve this.
Well, how you're going to achieve it?
Yeah,
that's a process in itself. I'm presently working on that.
Right.
You see the problem and you were trying to find a solution for it.
And I'm trying at the moment to enlist, on one hand, governmental support, on one hand, market support, to set up that type of intermediate organization, which acts as a clearinghouse, a market.
What should the role be? Should it just be a place where people can come together and discuss what is nice software to reuse and to discuss?
No, it's not a talking shop. I envision a strictly run place where a huge amount of governance applies. I mean, it needs to be a transparent organization, but strict, where code is vetted for its quality, its use in, say, modern architecture, before it's even put forward as, is somebody interested here to support this? It is a sort of quality assurance organization.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to find matches in the marketplace for that piece of software. More natural support service suppliers. The marketplace as it's now, online, is a very passive way of trying to bring the two together. I think a more active role is needed there. So a quality clearinghouse, a market matchmaker. It needs to be neutral, because if it's too much associated with government, the marketplace will also say, I don't know whose party this is, but I'm not invited, or I don't feel invited.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. If it's a supplier rave, well, sorry, then government shies away. So it is a tricky development. And personally, I think that the NOIV organization has moved one step, but there are several steps to be taken afterwards. It's a project organization, so they are finished by the end of the year in terms of budget and organization. So it needs to be carried forward. I'm chairman of the Open Source Service Suppliers Trade Association. However, I don't feel it should be their party. It needs to be a really neutral entity. And that's new. I've never come across this sort of thing in the ICT world as yet. Escrow comes close to it, but that serves a different purpose.
I want to suggest to end the presentation and answer further questions in the break or later on.
Okay, fine. Somebody pushes the button there.
Mark, I want to thank you for giving this presentation, and as a symbol of our gratefulness to give you this bottle of wine. And,
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming and giving the presentation.
Wat is jouw e-mailadres?
Even kijken, wat is het handigste?
By the way, in this room the presentations will
Dat is
stop.
vast niet je voornaam, of wel?
The next presentation will be about Fossil, that's distributed version control system. And after that, Jos van den Oever will present WebODF, which is an office suite in the browser.
Ja, ja.
We will have a short
En hoe
break
is
and
dat?
after that go on with Fossil.
Ik ben Jos, trouwens.
Ja, ik had je kaartje al geleverd.
Ja.